So how are you then going to differentiate from, let's say, ChatGPT or other software tools? What do you have in your mind?
So in terms of tools that I'm building myself to help, do research better is I think there's a big opportunity to build these niche financial software tools to highlight red flags at companies. So to give one example of a website I built, it's FOIAsearch.com, which lets investors search through the SEC's FOIA logs. So the SEC gets thousands of FOIA requests every year. And then they respond to certain requests with something called a B7A exemption, which they use when they say we're investigating a company and we don't want to release records on it. So these requests and these exemptions have a lot of value. And the SEC releases these files with all the requests every month, but they're in this obscure website that no one goes to, and they're difficult to search through. So if I want to search through the last years of requests, I need to download all 24 files and control each one. So I built a simple website, FOIAsearch.com, that lets you search through all them in a single search and lets you get email alerts when new keywords are used in filings. So you can type in a company name and I can see whether there's a likely SEC investigation into that company. I can even type in a name like the Wall Street Journal or a news publication and see all the requests reporters are filing on companies. So I can kind of get a sense of what reporters are working on before they publish their story. It's a leading indicator there. So that's like one really niche tool that nobody's built, but is extremely high value and high signal in terms of doing research. Another website that I built and people are starting to look at is commentlettersearch.com. So comment letters are informal correspondence between the SEC and public companies. You can find them on Edgar by searching Chorus, but comment letters are these really rich documents that many investors don't look at and don't know how to interpret. And oftentimes there's a lot of correspondence between the SEC and a company, and 90% of it is kind of meaningless. So it doesn't carry much value. And my tool, commentlettersearch.com, makes it easy, one, to see all the comment letters between the SEC and a company and highlights the high risk one. One of the basic things for comment letters is long letters tend to be more severe, where you're asking a lot of questions of the company. Why did you do this and this and this and omit this and that? Then those letters tend to be more severe. So my tool makes it really easy to filter letters by length, by market cap of the company, by keywords, and now my own proprietary filters where you can go to the website and just say, hey, I want all letters that Edwin, based on his own proprietary searches, is identifying as high risk. So I'm kind of automating the work that I would kind of do myself. And that leads to a lot of insights. And the last tool I want to mention is called 8ksearch.com. And all these are free right now. And that lets you search all 8K filings, which are like news filings by public companies, down to the minute they were filed. You can see the exact minute companies upload filings. And the idea is companies often try to bury bad news at inconvenient times. So it's a joke in the US markets that companies always disclose bad news Friday after the market closes, when everybody's going home and they're not going to be at their computers Friday after the market closes. Right now, there's not an easy way to search like, hey, what are all companies above $500 million market cap that are doing 8Ks from 4 to 6 p.m. on a Friday? My tool makes it easy to do that. You can even search by, keywords like resignation. I can see every company that used the word resignation effective immediately after 4 p.m. on a Friday. So it kind of like illuminates the information companies are trying to conceal. And you can even do it for 3-day weekends or, trading holidays, other stuff like that. So these really simple tools I can use for my own idea generation or research process. It can give me an edge, but it can give anybody else who uses them an edge. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I think there's a big opportunity to build out this suite of kind of niche software tools. And one thing I will add is the market for these tools, is huge, but the existing people kind of are terrible. There's comment letter search functionality, but it's $10,000 a plus, per year. And that's very ugly, these other competitors, and they don't even think about it intuitively like they should. So I think there's a big opportunity to build out financial software. And I want to use the money from my newsletters to build out these tools so any investor can better diligence companies.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.